All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today I'm going to talk about Gotham Knights and why I think at this point in time, this game is now the underdog in terms of big superhero game releases. Now, I know Marvel's Midnight Suns is a turn-based strategy game of some kind. This is made by a studio that's well-versed. I think the studio that made XCOM. But I don't necessarily think we can categorize that game in this particular, conversation. And the reason I say that is because that game is going to have a very specific niche. I think it's basically the same kind of game that, that studio has been making, just skinned with Marvel characters. In light of this conversation, nonetheless, I think the games that we need to highlight are Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. We also need to highlight the Wolverine game that's going to be coming soon from Insomniac. And we also need to go ahead and highlight the Spider-Man game that is also in the works, basically Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which they already showed us a reveal trailer. And they also announced to us a calendar date where we're going to be seeing this particular game. So if you kind of, throw all of this in the same pot and mix it, and ask yourself, in all reality, how are fans going to respond to all these games? You're going to see that at the bottom of the totem pole in these 4 games, Gotham Knights is there. Now, let's go back and take a step back and look at this stuff. I'm a Gotham Knights fan. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm not here to trash on the game. I'm just here to present reality based on what we've been seeing in the past few years. Now, if I'm somewhere off or wrong, I'll be very happy to listen to your comments in the comment section, but you can't tell me that right now Insomniac has already padded a lot more experience, trust, and even goodwill with the gaming community. Whether you're a Spider-Man fan or not, I think it's quite obvious to see that they've actually done a very good job in that right. And so their game that's coming out, or games, in my opinion, is going to be received with open arms. Yes, there will be criticisms, but again, with superhero genres, I think you kind of have a set phase to go with. The stories are already created and have been crafted for you. And so as the developer, in terms of narrative, you just have to be the one that stitches the story in a way that makes it unique. You got to make it fit your gameplay, and then you also got to make sure that it's fun for your community members and your audience. I believe that Gotham Knights is going to do the job on that, but there is something to be said about Warner Brothers Games Montreal being kind of a new studio to this entire task, and I think that's probably what's going to, in a sense, somewhat work against them if they do not deliver in light of the quality that Insomniac is already known for, if you get what I mean. Because Insomniac had already been churning out other games in the past. They did the Ratchet and Clank game. Then they did Sunset Overdrive, which was an exclusive for Xbox. And then they went ahead and started doing some of this, Marvel games, which so far, in terms of Spider-Man, I guess, I should say they started in Spider-Man. And I think it's actually resonated well. No one is going to say that Insomniac is a small caliber studio anymore. And, this is not a studio that's new. Actually, they've been in the works for a long time. They have older games than the games that I mentioned in this video, but I just wanted to mention what was of note for our conversation right now. So why am I saying that this particular set of games is going to prove, or at least going to give Gotham Knights some sort of a challenge? Well, even if we go and say, okay, Spider-Man is probably going to be this huge fanfare, think about the hype that's going to be coming here with Wolverine. Think about the way they've already done this particular trailer and reveal for the entire gaming community. I mean, I think it's something that you have to give to them and say, man, they really understood exactly what game they were playing. They knew exactly what would resonate in light of superheroes that are very, very, I would say, fan-centric, and superheroes that fans have always loved and enjoyed, and they kind of knew how to just, bring that to light, and they delivered the, announcement on the right platform to be able to shake everybody's, frame of mind in terms of, oh my gosh, we didn't expect to see this in this particular announcement. And so these are some of the things that I strongly believe really work in their favor. Now, even if we go ahead and say, you know what, forget Insomniac, forget whatever it is that they're doing over there, we don't necessarily care. We have to also come back to the reality, ladies and gentlemen, that we have Rocksteady making a game. I just want to say that Rocksteady has also proven themselves as the studio that has a lot of goodwill and a lot of experience within the gaming community for superhero games. So when you kind of scratch your head and say, where does Gotham Knights stand? I think the pressure is not just on for, say, Warner Brothers Games Montreal. I think it's more than pressure. I think it's just the expectations being surmounted every passing day that they have not released this Gotham Knights game. And, we don't know exactly what it is that has caused the game to get all of these delays and caused the marketing to be quiet and all that stuff. But I say right now, each second that's passing and each second that's ticking is not necessarily the best for this particular team. I'm hoping that they pull through and they're able to basically get this game out in a very strong way. Because if they don't do this, or if this game gets another delay to 2023, because this is something that some people are actually predicting and some people are suspicious of. And I'm not saying I'm the one that's suspicious of this. I've just been reading your comments, and some of you have said that you think Gotham Knights may get another delay. But if that happens, that's not going to be good, because if that happens, that would mean that Gotham Knights will now have to compete with another Spider-Man game that's more than likely going to be featuring two Spider-Man. No. That's not something that you're going to want from a studio perspective. Now, here's the thing. We that are fans, we're going to play the game. Those of us who like Spider-Man as well, we're going to play Spider-Man. But I don't think that the timing will be the best for a studio like Warner Brothers Games Montreal. And even with their timeline of 2022, ladies and gentlemen, let's just be real. If they bring out this game in 2022 and Rocksteady brings out Suicide Squad in 2022, they still are the underdogs in terms of all of what I've just said and what I've categorized. But nonetheless, I think because they still share, similar worlds in terms of Batman and all of that, even though they're in different universes, I think that might be something that would work in their favor. So they really need to get their fans on board with exactly what it is that they're doing. Because right now is a very critical time for them to be able to make the most impact in the next few weeks or even in the next few months. But this is pretty much my video on Gotham Knights. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think that Gotham Knights can pull this off? Do you think that they are the underdog, or do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section. I really, really want to hear your thoughts regarding this particular topic. All right, we'll talk in another video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.